Next, we're going to take a look at how to do a complete graph with all sorts of changes. So we're starting with the cosine, identifying all of the essential information. First is our a value. What are we multiplying the function by? In this case, -3. Absolute value of that gives us the amplitude, which is 3. Our b value is what we're multiplying by the x, so in this case 2 pi. Our period is 2 pi divided by b, which in this case is 1. And our d value is what we're adding or subtracting. So in this case, we still do not have a vertical shift. Finding our left endpoint, set everything inside the parentheses. So all of the 2 pi times x minus pi over 4 equal to 0, and solve for x. So you're using b and c to find your phase shift. Adding pi over 4 and dividing by 2 pi. Now remember, when you divide, it goes in the denominator. So we get pi over 4 times 2 pi. We're dividing both sides by 2 pi. Anytime you divide, it goes in the denominator, so you don't have to mess with multiplying by the reciprocal. So obviously our pi's cancel, leaving us with a 1 over 8 for our left endpoint. Finding that right endpoint, again, we set the entire set in the parentheses equal to 2 pi. Adding that pi over 4, so we need a common denominator. So our 2 pi will become 8 pi over 4. Adding 1 pi over 4, we get 9 pi over 4. And dividing by 2 pi, meaning putting it in the denominator with the 4. Again, our pi's cancel, and we have 9/8 for our right endpoint. So what I'm going to do in order to scale my axes is my period is 1, so I divide that by 4 to get those key intercepts and max and min. So I am going to start with my right endpoint is 9/8, so it's just a little bit more than 1. I'm going to start with my x-axis marked at 1 and divide that into quarters. So again, make sure you know how to work with fractions so you can get your axes scaled properly. I decided to do my axes in terms of 1, which is the period, because 1/8 is such a small fraction of that. I'm going to do like I did on one of the other phase shifts and just mark my changes based off of how close they are to those values I'm already marking. So again, on the opposite side, we're going to have those same values, only negative. And marking a 1/8 shift. So I'm going to be starting at an eighth. So because my scale is by fourths, it's actually going to be right in the middle that all of my shifts occur, or all of those key points. Scaling my y-axis, amplitude is 3. Because we've got the cosine function and there's a vertical reflection, instead of starting at the maximum, we're going to start at the minimum value. And we're starting at that left endpoint, which is 1/8. So starting at the minimum value at 1/8, my red marks is where my key points are. So I'm not going to be using those black marks. I'm going to use the red marks. So my next red mark, I'm back up at an intercept. That next red mark, I'm up at the maximum, back to an intercept, back down to the minimum. Cosine does the exact same thing on the other side. So at the next red mark, I'm up to an intercept, up to a maximum, intercept, minimum. And that is how you graph a sine or cosine function completely. Next, we're going to take a look at how to write the equation given a graph.